How much porn has the house been subjected to since you bought it? Not much. Not much. The last house, way more pornography. Way more. I cut down consciously on porn a long time ago. Dude, I used to, I'm very open about this because I think not enough people are. I used to watch a shitload of porn. An absolute insane amount. One day, Lady Rackets came across the computer and I had not closed everything out, right? I hadn't hid everything or whatever. And she expressed to me some things about it. She's like, it's not the porn that's the problem, but here are these things that made me feel less. And I was like, oh shit. Never in my intention did I want to make her feel less of a person or less of a wife or partner or whatever, less attractive. But she expressed these things and said, these things make me feel like I'm not what you want. And you go, holy fuck. That's not what I tried to do. It's not what you try to do. It's what you end up doing. Because when you're thinking about ejaculating, you're not thinking about like how that thing might make someone else feel because they're not supposed to experience it, right? So then you go, maybe porn is a little more destructive than I thought. Maybe porn, while I say, for example, that it is protected speech and it should be a thing that exists without government censorship. I think that's true. I think that's a true thing. You also go, but just because something's true, just because something's real, just because something should be protected and exist, does not mean that I should engage this thing. Because if I engage this thing, I'm hurting someone that I've made a commitment to that is outside of government, it's outside of freedom, it's outside of everything. And this is where I get into having these very complicated, frustrating discussions. It's where I get into these complicated discussions with people who are very anti-porn. They want government to censor porn or companies to censor porn. I don't want government or companies to censor porn. I want you to censor porn in your own life because you realize what it does to the people you like, and you respect, and you love. That's why. And if you don't have anyone who you like is immediately impacted by it, I want you to jerk off and come through the fucking roof. I want you to shower your neighbor's house in semen because why not? Why not? You have not made a commitment to someone else. That's on you. Like, you do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. You don't owe me anything. You don't owe some faggot movement anything. You owe you something. But when you make a commitment to someone else and you're like, hey, I'm with you. I like you. You are my thing. I want to be your thing. And they're like, yeah, it's cool. Let's jive. Let's do this thing. And you're like, oh, I'm going to look at other women while you're not around. You don't think about it. Like, guys don't think about it because we've been looking at porn our whole lives. We're conditioned to it. We're exposed to it early. We're told it's okay. We're told all this stuff is natural. We do that. And we're like, yeah, of course I watch porn. I watch it for whatever thing I like, right? But then you're now in a room with someone, a house with someone who is not conditioned and trained that way. And when they see it, all they see is you looking at other people when you promise to look at them. It's brought up to you like, oh, this is way simpler than I thought. I'm not going to do that as much. So long story short, this house, way less porn than the last house. Way less porn. Because I've grown up quite a fucking bit. I've matured in my relationships. I'm matured in how I treat my wife. But ladies, this is the fucking critical aspect of that. You have to openly and apologetically communicate with your husbands. You have to openly and apologetically and understandably communicate with your husbands what these things are, why you do, like why you are uncomfortable with it. And most importantly, you have to recognize that he's watching porn because his body needs to get rid of hormones that come out through his fucking dick. It's not about you. It's not about the girl he's looking at. It's not about anything like that. It's the fact that he has a backup of hormones that needs to go out of his penis. And if you are not willing to fulfill that, you cannot walk in and be like, I don't want you to watch porn. I don't want you to do this thing. I don't want you to look at this. I don't want you to look at X, Y, Z. If you are not willing to be the thing that is his desire, I'm not talking about you have to have sex with him. Stand there. Let him jerk off to you. Do a dance for him. Model stuff for him. Whatever it is. If you are not willing to be the release that gets rid of the hormones that impede his ability to work and provide for you, then you better not fucking complain when he jacks off to some other thing. Don't do it. Because if you complain that he's jacking off to something else, but you refuse to provide him a place of comfort, companionship to have sex with, then you are garbage, not him. If women do not understand this about men, we need to, at least daily, get rid of a shitload of buildup in our brains that prevents us from working. At least daily, sometimes twice a day, maybe more. Depends on the job, depends on the guy. And if you can't keep up with that, you better be willing to let him keep up with that. If you don't want him looking at other women, make photos or videos for him. Give him something to look at. Do it. I'm married a long fucking time, guys. I will say this for you who have not been married as long, and to tell your wives the same thing. Men need to expel hormones that impede their work because their brain gets bogged down in trying to make babies. And unless you are accepting those hormones into your vaginas, assholes, mouths, whatever it is, if you're not going to accept them, you better not fucking bitch about where he puts it. He should not put it in another woman, obviously, or another guy, or whatever weird fucking fetish he has. It should be you and him are partners. Don't bitch if he's jerking off to porn if you're not fucking him. Of course, the easy answer is, no matter how inconvenient it is for either of you at the particular time, you go, oh God, if we have sex right now, I have to do X, Y, Z. It's going to be tiring. You will enjoy it once it starts. And you know you will. So let it go. Let it go. That's your person. Do the thing for them and they'll do the thing for you. And guys, look, if you're not making your ladies come, work harder. Try better. If she's sacrificing for you, you fucking work for her. So goddamn tired of these weirdo people who are like not into, whatever. Like, look, if you don't know the girl, I don't care what you do. Spouse, whatever, fucking make her eyes roll back. Make her love it. Make her want to be your object of desire, of course.